So let me start this video with a shameless plug. We got a new episode of Bulls on Tap coming tonight. We are joined by the legend Tony Gill. So if you have some questions for myself, Sal, or Tony Gill, submit them in the comments here. We are going live at 7 p.m. Central Time tonight. Make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be a good time. But what I really want to talk about today is Steph Curry. So Steph Curry's been back for a minute now. This was his second game back last night. And he looks good. He didn't have to do much last night. He's still on a minutes restriction, and it was the Sacramento Kings. Like, you don't need to give a whole lot of effort to beat the Sacramento Kings, especially not at this point of the year. But Steph Curry kind of looks like Steph Curry. He had a big game in his return against the Houston Rockets. He had 29 points. They lost on a last-second shot. It was a close game, a game that theoretically shouldn't have been that close because the Rockets are such a superior team to the Golden State Warriors. But that's the gravity that Steph Curry brings. That's the greatness that Steph Curry brings. Even at his advanced age, he's still good enough that he just raises your floor, even raises the ceiling of your team. So watching the way he's been running around out there the last two games, watching the way he's moving, he looks a little rusty, but he doesn't look hurt at all. He looks healthy to me. And there was a big debate if he should even come back or not. People were like, what's the point? This team's a play-in team. They're not going anywhere. Why is he risking injury? And you guys know me. I'm an old head. I grew up on the years of Kevin Garnett, where if you guys haven't seen that John Thompson interview, I reference it all the time because it's his last year in Minnesota. They haven't made the playoffs in like 3 years or whatever. He was still playing 75-plus games every single season he was with the Timberwolves, even though they were lucky to win 35 games in those seasons. He was sacrificing his body. He was doing whatever he could, and he was just so passionate about it, and that's the attitude that I love, and we don't get it anymore. We don't get guys. I mean, it's a struggle to get the Stars to even play 65 games this year, let alone 75, 80 games. So when it comes to like Steph Curry and people saying, oh, he shouldn't even risk it, I'm all the way the other way. I love it when a guy takes pride in playing in the regular season, takes pride in showing out for the fans, showing up for the fans. It's my same argument with the Giannis thing that's going on right now, where people are saying, why does he want to return? Because he's a star player and he wants to give the fans, what they earned. He has that Michael Jordan mentality where Michael Jordan said he wanted to play as many games as he could because he knew somewhere in the upper row there was going to be a kid where this was his only shot at seeing him play, where his parents had saved for weeks to go and let him see his favorite player play. So Michael Jordan wanted to show up for that kid. That's the mentality that Steph and Giannis have, trying to play in this late into the season in what some are calling meaningless basketball games. I don't believe in meaningless basketball games. So shout out to Steph for showing up. But the question that I'm asking after watching him for the last two games is, are the Golden State Warriors going to make a playoff run? And by run, I mean, are they going to get into the playoffs? Are they going to steal that 8 seed? Because if you look in the play-in tournament in the West, it's kind of locked into place right now. The Warriors, they're 10th, the Blazers are 9th, the Clippers are 8th, the Suns are 7th. The Suns are pretty much locked into 7. The Warriors, they're pretty much locked into 10. I don't think they can really move up. The Blazers and the Clippers, there's a little variance there, but I'm looking at the matchups, and as a Bulls fan, I want the Blazers to come out of the play-in tournament because we get their pick if they do. I just don't see it happening, especially with Steph Curry playing this way. It's hard to see the Blazers beating them in a one-game playoff. And then you look at Suns Clippers, that's a toss-up to me. Like, I have no idea what version of Kawhi Leonard is going to show up. If it's the All-NBA first-team version we've gotten for most of the year this year, the Suns stand no chance in that game. So then you're looking at Suns versus Warriors. Once again, it's a one-game playoff. If Steph Curry shows up in a one-game playoff like that and he plays like Steph Curry, it's not crazy to think that the Golden State Warriors are going to make the playoffs. So I'm questioning, what is it going to look like in that play-in tournament? Can they mess around and win it? And then if they win it, you get Steph Curry versus the OKC Thunder in the first round. Yes, that's probably going to be a 4-game sweep, but the greatness of Steph Curry, who knows? He might have one of those throwback games, one of those throwback moments where he reminds you he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Very similar to Larry Bird's last playoff run. I believe he was playing a stacked Indiana Pacers team. They were the underdogs. They stretched it out an extra game. They didn't get swept because Larry Bird had a throwback game in that series. We could see a similar situation with Steph Curry this year in the playoffs. So there's only 5 games left of the regular season. I'm going to keep watching the Warriors, keep seeing how Steph Curry looks.